We get downtown, we get to the park, and she like, I'm like, we got to find somewhere to park at. We got to find somewhere to park at. She like, I pay for valet. I get valet when I go places. I get valet. We like, okay, get your valet. So, Muffin was like, I put 10 on the valet. I was like, I ain't got no cash.
Teaching, scholarship, and research. Their use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or
No.
I got some. This is big T.
You messy and you mess. I'm a little messy too, but this ain't about me. This not about me. This ain't about me. I know I got limits.
Clock.
How was you well? How was you well?
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
What's up, y'all? We are here to talk about MzQuani's birthday weekend. Some of y'all might be confused as to the why, because everyone who's seen the pictures and stuff, it looks like everybody had a good time. It wasn't no hiccups, no nothing. But unfortunately, it was. And y'all wondering what that question mark is right there in the corner? Well, it was another person here that we did not see in the photos, okay? And this mystery girl took to someone's panel to do a tell-all. She brought it to actually, she didn't bring it to the internet. Let me correct that. It was actually Muffin that brought it to the internet. And I'm not really sure why it didn't spread. Well, it didn't spread on my end. And maybe it's because I'm not like deep into their side. I seen the pictures and it just looked like they had a really good time. I did see some posts that Quani put up, which I expected, her catching a little bit of pushback because she invited Maybay. And y'all know the internet just hates Maybay, you know, for whatever their personal reasons are. So I saw that, but I didn't know that it was actually a situation that went down. Well, let's go ahead and dive into that, because this mystery person that went on to Darnell's live, when she was telling the tea, I was like, dang, it do look like she was snuffed out all the photos and stuff like that. But once we get deep into the story, you realize, no, that wasn't the case at all. All right, y'all, let me show y'all where Muffin, she mentions things at the party. Now, this was about 4 days ago, which was 3 days before the young lady took to Darnell's panel.
But you had a good time. I could tell by your voice, by your videos. Oh yeah, I had a good time on the trail. It was only one thing that happened at the trail. Every time I went somewhere, well, this one lady, she ain't had no money for her food. But I was okay with helping her since she had already mentioned, you know, she looked out for me before.
Okay, now Muffin does mention, because Muffin ended up going on Darnell's panel, and she mentions the only reason why she said anything about it was because I guess the mystery lady had mentioned she was going to tell her story, which I end up seeing in a text message that was shared with Quani, where the lady said she's going to talk about it and then she's going to be done with it. So she already pre-warned them while they all were still in Florida when all the altercations had happened, that she was going to bring it. She was going to publicize it. She didn't say how, but she was going to publicize it. And something also to keep in mind is, Quani said when she invited this lady, she was not aware that she was a content creator. It doesn't sound like Quani knew her very intimately. It sounds like they had conversations and stuff through social media, and she felt like she was a cool person, which I get. Y'all know I went and met May. May didn't really know me from a can of paint. Like, we chit-chatted on the phone. You know, we had a group chat. We did a couple of panels and stuff like that together, but she had no clue, like, who I was for real. Like, you know, it was just a matter of like, oh, you cool, I could trust you, and then kind of taking a chance. And I was outright a blocker, though. Nothing was a secret about me. So yeah, but I don't get down like that. I don't have no ill intentions. Sorry about the motorcycles. I'm at the park doing this review that I've been trying to do for 3 days. But let's get into some of these clips, okay, where the lady speaks. And I want to point out some stuff, because I was listening to the story and I just was like, lady, what? And I'm also going to introduce y'all to who the mystery lady is. I'm going to go ahead and put up her page info and her picture right here.
You know, stuff was gonna kind of start early or whatever, I probably wouldn't have went to the mall. Probably would have waited. Mm-hmm. But she said that they were running late and stuff, and that they were just chilling. You know, everybody was just chilling. Okay. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the mall or whatever.
And wait 1 minute, okay? I'm not here to destroy nobody, bully nobody, or intimidate nobody. I'm just putting out the stuff that you put on social media publicly. All right, y'all, enjoy this clip.
When I got there, everybody was dressed, taking pictures, videos, all of that. And I did tell Quani, you know, you didn't tell me that y'all was even getting dressed or that. You know, I mean, I did feel played, because if I invite you to my party or whatever, I'm gonna let you know every step of the way, because I invited you and I want
Okay, so I want you guys to keep this in mind. Quani actually had an itinerary for her event, which was sent to them prior to them arriving. So she knew what was going on, what was happening, timestamps and everything. So how are you saying that you weren't kept abreast? Now go ahead and listen to her explanation of her saying she was not kept in the loop or she was kept in the dark.
Since I'm not gonna be late to their event, like I am respectful and mindful of people's shit.
And you got there around 8. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Now, she mentions, I'm not going to be late. I'm going to be mindful of other people's stuff. But the itinerary clearly states that their first main event, because a pregame is just like chilling, getting yourselves together, drinking, kind of starting at the house. The main event started at 8 p.m., but she didn't arrive at the Airbnb until 8 p.m. And on top of her arriving to the Airbnb at 8 p.m., she wasn't even dressed yet.
Done.
And what time was
When I
that?
get done. That was 2:17.
Mm-hmm.
And I did talk to her. She said that they were going to be late checking into the Airbnb.
Okay.
And then she sent me the address for the Airbnb at 4:44.
Okay.
And then at 5:49, I said, okay. She asked me if I was good. I said, yeah, I'm still at the room. She said, you want me to come now? And she said, it's up to you. We not doing nothing. I'm getting my hair did. That was at 6:15.
So in this, did y'all hear her say she was getting dressed while she was at the room? Mind you, this interaction between her and Quani is late into the evening. It's already after 5 p.m. when this dialogue is going on, when she's finally about to get dressed, allegedly. Then she texts her closer to 8 p.m. saying she's on her way and now she's changed her mind. She's going to get dressed on location at the Airbnb. But this message was like 7:49. She is almost an hour away from the Airbnb, and in the itinerary it says that the first event starts at 8 p.m. Yes, she was giving you step by step saying, hey, yeah, we running a little behind, but that was earlier in the day. They getting their eyebrows done and stuff like that. It don't take long to do that. They have to check into the Airbnb. The pregame situation is not like a mandatory thing. It's not like a time, like we have to start it at 4, we're going to be behind. No, it's just a chill thing. So when we do it, we do it. As long as everybody getting themselves together by 8 p.m. Okay, so that's that. We're going to move on to a parking situation at the club once they finally get out and head out for the evening. Let's get into that.
If I drove, then I shouldn't have had to pay for the parking. So when we pulled up, Muffin was like she had 10 for the parking or whatever. So that means somebody need to pick up the other 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, both Quani and Muffin got out, left, went in the club. So that leaves me out there with the car to pay for the parking.
Mm.
So I kind of sat there for a minute to get my thoughts together because I'm like he need the $20 for the parking or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, what do I do?
So I'm listening and I'm like, yeah, that thought process makes sense or whatever like that. And then as she goes on, I'm like, so why not just pay the $20? And I'm like, well, why would they just get out the car and like leave her stuck with the bill after mentioning they was going to chip in? I'm like, none of that made sense or whatever. However, keep in mind, they all had already been drinking. She said she hadn't been drinking, but they all had already been drinking. Now, Quani does a live and she chimes in. Let's see what she had to say about this situation.
We get downtown, we get to the park, and I'm like, we got to find somewhere to park at. We got to find somewhere to park at. She like, I pay for valet. I give valet when I go places. I get valet. We like, okay, shit, get your valet. So, Muffin was like, I put 10 on the valet. I was like, I ain't got no cash. But I'm like, we can go find a parking space for free around here. She's like, no, we can do valet. I do valet. I like to do valet. I'm like, okay. So Muffin, I was like, I ain't got no cash. So in my understanding, I'm thinking they gonna pay the valet. Muffin gonna get her the 10. They both gonna pay the valet. And then once we get situated, I'm gonna send her back the 10. Man, when we pulled up Muffin house, she's like, I'll pay the valet. I'll give you 10 on the valet, but I gotta go pee. So it was not like we got out and left her in the car. But we was a little tipsy, so boom, Muffin got out, went to go pee, and I was like, damn, I got to pee too. So I'm like, come on, I'm standing there waiting on her. I'm thinking she finna pay the other 10, pay the valet, and then we gonna pay it back. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot going on, like a little miscommunication. We was tipsy. I know we was tipsy. She probably was sober, as she say, but I don't know. I know I was tipsy as a mug. I don't know exactly how everything went down, but I end up going, she like, go ahead, you gotta go pee. Go ahead to go pee. So I went to go pee. Man, we is drunk, so we never went back out. Literally. And I realized, like, damn, where Bianca at?
So after I heard Quani's side of the story, I was like, wait, what? But, you know, even with everything that she was saying, I'm like, why not just pay it's $20. Why not pay the $20? She's like, I ain't had no money on me or whatever. She was like, she mentions like, I did have a couple dollars on Cash App. I guess I could have did that. But I'm just like, I didn't feel like I needed to pay. And I'm just like, well, first and foremost, it's $20. It's Quani's birthday. Okay, you drove a car, but it's $20. Like, when I go out with my friends and we do stuff, it ain't that. You know, I'm first and foremost. If I got it, I'm offering, I'm paying. I've paid for whole tabs, like, because that's just how we get down. We're here to have a good time. And if you got it, and it's, especially if it's somebody's birthday or something like that as a main event, you treat that person. That's just how I came up. Are you obligated to? No. But this just seemed very petty of her. Okay, now another situation broke out in the parking lot while Bianca was waiting for somebody to come out to come pay for the valet parking. Now, she claims that the parking person told her to go ahead and park in front of the club because she was already in a spot. Keep that in mind. But he told her to go ahead and pull up to the front of the club while she waited. But in the midst of her trying to relocate the car to bring it to the front, someone else pulls into the club and goes to park in the spot. So she like, oh no, you know, this is my spot, this, that, and the third. And the person like, well, you are already in the spot, so I'm about to take it. So an argument, you know, happens, and it's with the guy. So by the time Muffin comes out, when they went in there to go get her, Muffin come out trying to defuse the situation and sound like, listen, just let him have it. You already in the spot. It's not that deep. Bianca like, what? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And then after Muffin goes back into the club, I don't know if Muffin texts her or if she initially texts Bianca, but some text messages are exchanged. I'm going to drop those here and we're going to read them. So this is at 12:38 a.m. while they're at the club. It says, how I owe you an apology if all I did was came and paid the parking. This is why I should have stayed in the bar like everybody else. Well, we all grow up, clearly know I came and paid and walking off. Now, the white is Muffin, the blue is Bianca. Bianca continues to say, you involved yourself in some that had nothing to do with you. I was doing what I was told. Go ask the security guard. If he told me to move my car, this is rental. I have to protect this with my life, period. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. I don't do drama, but I also don't do disrespect because I'm not going to disrespect you. I didn't come here for you, so I don't want to be effing up Quani's birthday. Muffin goes on to say, I was trying to help and have fun. My apologies. You right. And I came out and asked what's wrong. I was trying to help. I don't do drama either way. And I know you came here for her. That's why I try to pay and go in. I could have kept my money. So it sounds like Muffin went out there, even with everything that went on, she paid and she went back into the club. They continue and says, I don't know you or him, so I can't take up for you or him. Bianca say, you right. So did the situation, you didn't even have to text me. So I guess Muffin texted her. I'm not sure what the initial text said because Bianca didn't include that with her text thread. Now, after the whole debacle about the parking and the valet, check out what happens.
I ended up staying with the car, so we didn't even have to pay. I just stayed with the car. The reason why she was saying that is because everybody wanted me to come in the club. I didn't want to come in the club.
Okay, so that part might have confused us. So I'm going to play a little bit more of it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. The parking people were gone. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to pay no more. They were fucking gone. They probably was tired of arguing too.
So it sounds like she was upset after the back and forth and the mix up about the parking spot and the security guard and all that. So she caught an attitude and she stayed in the car. However, it sounds like Muffin actually paid for the parking and she never got out. So Muffin probably reached out to her like, hey, where you at? Are you coming in? And then Bianca says something like, you owe me an apology because you inserted yourself into blah, 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 blah. Petty BS. Honestly, in my personal opinion, in this scenario, especially because she expressed she ain't had no money, she wasn't intending on coming into the club anyway. But that's my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Okay, so on the way to the club, it was a situation where Muffin was rolling up a Swisher. For those who know what it is, y'all do. If y'all don't, y'all don't. But you know it's that tote, puff, puff, pass stuff. She rolled up something for Bianca because they both smoked. And in the midst of her doing that is a moving vehicle. So Muffin claims that she took a turn a little too rough, and the drink that Muffin had in her hand ended up spilling into the vehicle, and whatever guts is called out of the Swisher or whatever also allegedly spilled into the back of the vehicle. Now, all this happened when they were on the way to the club. Now, she took this picture. That glass you see is her taking a picture, and clearly it was at night, so she took it during the course of events for whatever reason. To me, that was weird. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Who does that? Who's taking a picture of an empty glass with some blunt guts in it? Weird. So a situation, I mean, they at the club, they go home. Sorry, no. They stopped at White Castle before. She had an issue with that. She said nobody asked her about, her going nowhere if she wanted to go. She already had White Castle a couple of days before. She ain't want no White Castle, but it was kind of like, y'all gonna do what I want to do, which is weird energy. You go to the club, if you ever went to the club, went out and party, that's like almost a staple. After you go out for the night, most people are going somewhere to get something to eat, something quick, something fast. Sometimes people go sit in at diners, 24-hour places, whatever is open at night for us to go sit down and go eat. That's like what goes along with it. It sounds like you were being a party pooper because you had an attitude. Anyway, the next day comes and they wake up from the Airbnb and they say that Bianca gets up and leaves pretty early in the morning. She never mentions nothing about the situation with the vehicle. However, Muffin texts her, and this is what the text says. Okay, it is now 10:18 in the morning. Muffin texts her, hey, you getting a car wash while you're out? If so, send me your Cash App. Bianca responds, yeah. She said, okay, send me your Cash App. She sends her the Cash App. Muffin asks, did you get it? Bianca says, yeah. She say, thanks, boo. Muffin say, okay. She said, for what? I did it, meaning I'm the one that spilled the drink, so I should be covering the car wash. And then Bianca says, that's alcohol abuse, laugh and cry emoji. Everything seems good, right? Muffin goes, right, I was mad because I didn't have no more. Then at 12 something, Muffin texts her. She say, you okay? She respond back, yeah. Muffin goes, okay. And then Bianca goes, I'm just running some errands. Muffin says, okay. Then at around 4:38 p.m., this is 4 hours later, Bianca goes, I'm on my way back now. Muffin goes, okay, can you stop at the liquor store? And Bianca said, you still need some woods? She said, yeah, and some liquor. So she sent her a picture of the type of liquor that she drank. And then Bianca responds with, I'll come get you and take y'all to the store.
Oh, she asked you to clean it.
Yeah, that's what it was for. She felt like because she paid for it, I was supposed to clean it.
Well, how much did she pay?
$20. I don't give a damn if she paid $1,000.
$20?
I'm not cleaning up your mess. First of
Child. Now, this was all assumptions that was made by Bianca. She thought I supposed to clean up her mess. You left the house the morning after the club at 10:18. It was the messages exchanged between you and Muffin. So you were already going out the house. She Cash Apped you to get the car clean that morning because you were already gone. Her, Quani and Muffin both said it was never no discussion. Hey, can we go clean a car out? Woo. Where the adult? Where's the maturity at? Like what's going on? So now it is late into the evening, right before they about to get into the second part of what they got going on. Because remember, this is the second night, so she has her P-Valley themed party situated that starts at, let's check the time. You text at 4:38 saying you on your way back north, knowing that the photo shoot is scheduled for 6 p.m. to say you going to come pick them up to take them to the liquor store. Cool. But not communicate, and we also finna make a stop at the car wash too, because you finna clean the back of this car out. Because anyone in their right form of mind would have thought I sent her this money 10 something this morning. The car has been cleaned. $20 is definitely enough. She didn't have to clean the outside of the car. She would have pulled into one of those car places, put the money in a machine for the soapy stuff to come out of it, scrubbed the floor and whatever, vacuumed it out and been done. It would have been less than $20 for her to do that. Less than $20. $20 is more than enough to get it done. But anyway, when she sent her the Cash App, she could have said, No, she was like, she could have said, thank you for the money, but I prefer that you do it. Like, you made the mess, can you clean it up? She could have said that. What if somebody had rolled their eyes? Yeah, because you out already, just get it done. But you made the mess, even though I was helping you. Because in that situation, she was in the back rolling your swisher for you that you asked her to roll. And in the midst, you made the turn, you driving, they drinking. But whatever, if you want to be a little bit, whatever, ain't nothing wrong with, hey, I don't want to clean up after you. I'm going to need you to clean up your own stuff. But you never communicated that with them. And you know that the event started at 6 p.m. And in the beginning of this, you said, I ain't never going to be late to somebody else's stuff. But you keep throwing monkey wrenches into their plans. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. And what were you doing at 10 o'clock in the morning, shorty? Like, if you wanted to be down there to be with your boo thing or whoever you was linking up with, then why you ain't just come out there and do that? Why interject into the birthday plans she had set for her girls? Like, why? Now, I'm going to include some clips from what Muffin had to say real quick, and then I'm going to give my...
I don't know.
We was all intoxicated. The man was out there trying to start something with her. I tried to defuse the problem, and that was it. She got upset from that. How you not see nothing good with that? I'm telling you, let's calm. I'm not telling that man to take the park. I'm telling him, yeah, okay, whatever. Just go ahead. We was in a good park. What we doing? Then the bitch was out there boosting. She done stole all this shit, ain't have a package or a box to go with the shit. A bag full of shit with no packaging, no boxes.
So how does everybody else feel about the situation and what happened? Now, you don't have to mention anybody's name in particular, but do other people...
Everybody knew what was going on. Everybody that was in, especially Maybe, she don't even drink. She was in a sober mind. She was like, well, why would you not tell her that you wanted her to clean out your car that morning when you first left? So I don't got to tell a motherfucker shit. I had errands to run.
Mm-hmm.
She was getting loud with them. And they weren't trying to do nothing but dispute the situation.
So you, from your standpoint, you think everybody thought she was in the wrong?
It was clear. It was what's that word? Evidence. Even my friend, she recorded the situation in the car. And I never raised my voice at her not one time to stop and get the backwoods. She said no, she was tired because she had been running errands all day. She'll pick me up and take me. That let me know right there was some BS. But when I asked her, like, are you sure you just can't stop? She said, no, I really need the backwoods. She said, why I didn't ask Maybe to take me? Maybe them wasn't there. Maybe them literally had just walked in right before her. I would have asked Maybe them. And frankly, to be honest, I wish I would have, because they didn't have a problem with doing anything we asked them to do. And they way bigger than us. Every time they went somewhere, they asked us, did y'all need something back? Y'all need to go somewhere. Y'all need something. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good.
Ooh, child, this was a mess. Not boosting. You was down there. Oh, you was tired. You was too tired to stop because you was down there boosting. This is too much. Now, this is my conclusion. It sounds like the lady came down there already. She came down there for an extended time. I think I left it out. Instead of her coming down there just for the 3 days, she said she went down there for 7. She had claimed that she was going to do some extra stuff too. She had a little sneaky link. She was going to be linking up while she was there. So that's why she booked her own room the initial night, because she's supposed to be linking up with that boo thing. She admitted that she ain't have no money. She was waiting for a check to clear that was supposed to clear the next day, but I don't think that money ever came. She came down there with only $600, but the $600, when she said it, I thought it was her spending money. No, that was $600 that also included everything that she needed to cover. Her rental car, hotels, and everything. Who travels to Florida for 3 days with $600, including your expenses out of pocket? That just doesn't make any sense. It sounds like it was accusations of drug possible use. I don't know if that's true, but she seemed definitely a little high strung, a little irate. A lot of the situations that occurred sound like they didn't have to happen at all. Sounds like she was extra and petty. And she disappeared out them comments on Darnell Live when she was asked to come up. When Muffin came on the stream, she didn't come up at all, and she disappeared from out the comments. So it do sound like she started some mess. Also, something else to consider is that when she first got down there, she mentioned that she also went to, I think, Brianna's divorce party, and that she had raw footage of events there that she planned on. She wanted to show them, but nobody was interested in seeing it at the event. They like, we don't care about seeing no raw footage, and that she wasn't going to put it on the internet, but she had it. So this was not her first time going to an event that a content creator had given. And maybe she did have ill intentions, because none of this sounds relevant. $20 for parking causing beef, spilt drink in a rental car, which honestly, you ain't have to go clean. If you had insurance on that rental car, they would have cleaned it out for you themselves. Like, The only thing you would have got in trouble for with a rental car is if they smelled smoke. Were you smoking in the rental? That would have got you in trouble, because getting that stench out of the vehicle will cause you to incur a big fee. But basic cleaning out of the vehicle and stuff like that, they got you. It sounds like she was extra. It sounds she tried to kind of like leave certain things out. And there was some other stuff that came up. Something about, she mentioned she gave up $100 to supply the house. Mind you, it ended up coming out that she gave up $100 in Yamps, Yamp stamps, whatever you want to call it. $100 is $100 she gave up, but it wasn't something that she was ever asked to give up. It was being covered already, and she offered, hey, y'all don't have to spend y'all cash. Don't worry about that. I got these stamps. Spend what you want. And she also offered for Quani to take some extra to put food into her own house outside of the event. So I'm just trying to understand what's really going on in this scenario. I hope you guys listen to this. I'm going to include the links for We Can All Do Better live for both of them that he did. The one with the interview tell-all with Bianca Renee. I'm going to also include the Quani's response link for that video, and I'm not Muffin, and I'm also going to include a link for Quani's live, because Quani did a live, and she ended up showing some messages that we didn't get to see, to let us see like the full picture. And the reason why she wasn't in none of those photos that was dropped is because she wasn't at the house when these events were taking place, and she only ended up surviving the night, and then she was gone. She wasn't there for the entirety of the event. So that's why she's not in none of the pre-game photos, because she wasn't on location. And then allegedly, when she got there at 8, she took almost 30 minutes to an hour to get ready. She said it was only 15 minutes, but that's a huge gap for somebody to confuse. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'll be talking to y'all later. Bye-bye.